Hello.
Albert, this is your attorney. Go ahead and just mute yourself. There should be a microphone that says mute. Touch it on your screen and it will mute you. Thank you.
That's how you talk.
All right, everyone. Happy Thursday. Let's keep it a happy Thursday. Let's not try to turn this in a not so great Monday. So you're in the 187 District Court. These are the rules of the court. You are in a courtroom. Anything that you could not do if you were physically in this courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. So to the inmates at the jail, you're not allowed to use the chat box. You are not allowed to use the internet. If you do any of these things, what is going to end up happening is you will be sent back. And as you know, there are shortages. So that means we'll probably see you maybe in 60 to 90 days. To all of the people who are on bond, if you're at work, if you're at your job, if you're at your home, you are in a courtroom. So if you're at work, you need to let your employer know that you need to take a break, that you have court. Just one moment. You are not allowed to be changing diapers, doing laundry, doing chores, during grocery shopping, because guess what? You couldn't do that in the courtroom, so you can't do it on this Zoom. There's to be no laying in bed, no cooking of food. We all would love to have had breakfast. I ate one cracker for breakfast this morning. That's all. But 9 o'clock came, so I am not eating anymore. So do not do that on this Zoom screen. If you are on bond and you behave inappropriately, no questions asked, your Zoom privileges are going to be revoked. And your nice, happy Thursday is going to come into a difficult Monday, because what's going to happen is you're going to have to appear in person in the 187 District Court. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. It's downtown. We're on the 4th floor. You're either going to have to take an Uber or Lyft. If you take the Via bus, I used to ride the Via bus, and guess what? They still don't give change. And whenever you need exact change, it never fails. You don't have it. All you have is a 20. So if you decide to drive downtown, you're going to find a lot of construction, a lot of one-ways. And if you are lucky enough to find a parking space, what's going to end up happening is you're going to find that parking is now outrageously expensive, or at least I think so. So, guys, let's try to make this a happy Thursday. And also, if you're on bond, do not, I repeat, do not let your screen go dark. Do not turn off your video. Only one exception to that rule, and that is if you're on a phone and if you're signing paperwork, because my understanding that your phone will go dark when you're signing paperwork. So please don't do that, because again, there will be no questions asked. I'm just going to tell you, make an appearance downtown. LG Stylo number 5 with the shirt. What is your name, sir? I just sent you a request to unmute. What's your name?
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Paredes.
Okay. How do you spell your last name, please?
Paredez.
Oh, thank you. Just one second, everyone. We have another prosecutor joining us. All right, to all the attorneys, it would make things move so much quicker is if you, which I see Pat Montgomery has done, he gets an A+. If you would add to your name, thank you, the name of your client and whether or not it is criminal trial division or family violence. Mr. McCrum, I see you have Rudy Martinez with bond issues. If you could just add whether that's criminal trial division or family violence, so I'll know where to place you. Also, to all attorneys, if you have a plea agreement, no matter how small you think that agreement is, you need to send it in the chat box to the court coordinator. When she zooms in, she's going to be listed as Ferguson coordinator. So what she'll need from you is she'll need the name of your client, and she'll need to know if it's probation or regular probation or deferred adjudication. Please do not email her, chat her, text her, or call her asking for a reset. I'm the only person who can do that for you. So I'm going to call the list of attorneys. Attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. Defendants, your name will not be called. Your attorney's name will be called. If you don't hear your attorney's name, please do not raise your hand and say, I didn't hear my attorney's name. Your attorney is probably in another courtroom where they had to appear in person, maybe out of county, maybe in county, or maybe they're on another Zoom. As soon as possible, we will get them here. So everyone, put some patience in your pocket and let's make this a great day. So we have Donald Wilson, John Young, Johnny Cisneros, Linda Corley, Daniel Rodriguez, Marissa Morales, Scott McCrum, Heather Ramirez, Natasha Torres, Jason Goss with Leonidas, Blake Wilburn, James Oltersdorf, John Pettis, and Pat Montgomery. Is there any defense attorney who's on the screen and I did not call your name? All right, I'm going to open
Your
up.
Honor, if I may interrupt, Blake Wilburn is my client. He is not an attorney.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to open up breakout rooms. When I open up breakout rooms, it's going to invite everyone to go to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. To all the defendants and those who are accused, your attorney is probably going to want to speak to a prosecutor before they speak to you. If they want you in the breakout room, they will request you by name, or either you will see something pop up on your screen saying go to a breakout room. Attorneys, the prosecutors have the ability to move in and out of the breakout room. Think of those breakout rooms as when you go to a doctor's office. When you get there at 9 and you think they're going to see you at 9 and they call you to the back, you're all excited. They're just taking you to a smaller room where they can check your weight or blood pressure. If you leave that room, the prosecutor who's looking in those rooms, they're going to see that that room is empty. They're going to skip over you and go to the next person. Donald Wilson, thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
John Young, who is your person?
Amethyst Garcia, Your Honor.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I think it's probably both. I think she's here on a drug case, but she also has an aggravated assault that I believe is family violence. It's with a former stepfather.
Okay, let me see how it's listed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just give me a moment. All right, Mr. Young, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
That's my client, Your Honor.
Yes. Oh, she's not going to 4, just you. Johnny Cisneros, the name of your client.
Blake
Blake
Wilburn,
Wilburn.
family violence, Your Honor.
All right, Johnny, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Linda Corley, I know you've changed your name. Thank you so much. I'm going to send you to number 6.
Thank you, Judge.
Daniel Rodriguez.
Christopher Garza, family violence.
I'm going to send you to number 7.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Michelle. Marissa Morales.
Good morning, Your Honor. I need to just confer with the prosecutor when you have a chance on Larry Foster.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal Trial Division, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to send you to number 8.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Scott McCrum, I'll send you to number 9.
Okay, Judge, if you'll note, I've got 2 clients, one CTD
that I already conferred yesterday. The other one's family violence.
All right, so what we're gonna do then, I already know what the other one is about. So let me take that off.
You want me to do it?
Oh, I got it. And we'll take care of the family violence case first.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, I'll send you to number 9. Heather Ramirez,
Good morning, Judge.
yes.
Here for Brandon Day. I have Mr. Reese, who is also on the civil side. We did have a plea bargain the last time with Mr. Saunders. We asked him if he could review the discovery to see if he can offer us a better plea bargain. I know he did review the discovery, so if we can have a breakout room to further discuss, please.
And who is the client, Brandon Day?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence.
Okay, I'll send you to number 10.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Natasha Torres.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Saul Ambriz, who is in custody, Criminal Trial Division.
All right, I'll send you to number 11. Jason Goss.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, who do you have? Leonidas Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 12.
Thank you, ma'am.
James Olterstor. James Olterstor.
Michael AKES is my client. I believe it's an MTR. And I moved the MTR, but I think it's criminal trial.
How do you spell the last name? Oh,
AKES is the last name. First name is Michael.
all right, I'm going to send you to lucky breakout room number 13.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. John Pettis. John Pettis, going once, going twice.
No, I'm here, Judge, just the mutes. I already changed the name. Jonathan Boyd, family violence. No relation.
Awesome. No relation. Thank you. I'll send you to number 14.
Thank you, Judge.
Pat Montgomery, I'll send you to 15.
Thanks, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Fox, Justin Fox.
Yes, Judge. This morning I have Deshandra McAfee. I've just finished reviewing a significant amount of medical records that were sent to me, Your Honor. I haven't had a chance to send those over to the state, but I imagine they'll need some time to review those before they give me a new offer.
All right, is this criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence.
Okay. How was your trip with your grandmother?
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah, I saw the photos. I was like, that is so exciting. I'm glad she enjoyed it.
Yeah, she's ready for the next one.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 16.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Victoria Cruz.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, and is Mr. Blunt criminal trial division or family violence?
I'm not sure, it's kind of a blend, but I do know I need to talk to Michelle Hayden, please.
Okay, family violence.
Yes, ma'am.
And I can tell you that Michelle Hayden is actually in breakout room number 20 going over paperwork on another case. So just be patient for me. I'm going to send you to 17. If you want to remain in the main room and go there once you see her come in, you're more than welcome to do that.
Absolutely, Your Honor. No worries.
Thank you. Marcus Sanders, are you here?
Yes, Judge.
All right, I'm going to put something in the chat for you. Oh, never mind. I found the information. David Garcia, is that the attorney?
No, Your Honor, it's Catherine Valenzuela. I'm trying to change the name.
All right, who are you here for?
I'm here for Carmelo Figueroa. And we had I filed a motion for a comp and a sanity evaluations, and they have not been done yet.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial division, Your Honor.
Okay. Just give me a moment on that and we'll see what's going on. All right, Kelly Piddle. I'll send you to number 18.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Fernando Cortez, who do you have?
Jonathan Trevino, Your Honor.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal Trial Division.
I'll send you to number 19.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, and attorneys, as you come out to the breakout room, if you would raise your hand, it will help me make it easier to recognize you. When I say raise your hand, I mean the hand symbol, but that's okay, Donald.
I'm doing too many things at one time, Judge, sorry.
That's okay.
Question, I've conferred with Brittany and with my client, and we have an agreement on a plea, but it's going to be a plea on a misdemeanor. Is that something that's going to need to be done in the county court? I know some
Well,
courts.
which misdemeanor are you? Is it a reduction?
No, it's not a reduction. She has a misdemeanor pending. They're going to drop the felony for the plea in a case in county court 4. So
Which county court at law number 4?
I believe so, Judge.
And are you the attorney on that case?
Yes, I am.
Who's the judge in county court at law number 4, please?
I didn't know there was a test today.
No, I mean.
Let me check on that, Judge.
All right. Oh, that's Alfredo Jimenez, Judge Jimenez. Let me call them and see if they're able to take your plea today. Just give me a moment.
Well, Judge, if there's a choice, I'd like to reset it. I'm supposed to be in the 437th right now, and she's doing it live in person, and I came to your court first.
Oh, I appreciate that, but I can see if I can get an afternoon setting for you. Just give me
All right.
one moment. All right, Mr. Wilson or on Hillary Alaman, they'll need you to log in with them before noon, and he will take that case up.
Before noon. Okay.
Yes. Ms. Ferguson, can you make sure to give them the information in County Court 4 who it will be?
Yes, ma'am. I'll figure it out.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Wilson.
All right.
Once that's done, I'll sign the dismissal if it's presented to me.
All right. Thanks, Judge.
All right. Miss Hillary Alaman, do you need to speak with her?
She's still in the breakout room. I'll go back there and tell her what we're doing. And
All right, and Miss Ferguson, Mr. Wilson, if he's going to do that, well, he has to do it by Zoom with them. If you could see that he receives the link.
Yes, ma'am. I'll need to figure out who the coordinator is, but I will get that, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
All right, you can go back to that breakout room and then you and your client can be excused from there. And your client, if it's not done, she'll need to come back here at 2.
Okay. Thanks, Judge.
All right, thank you. You're welcome. All right, Johnny Cisneros on Blake Wilburn.
Your Honor, they extended an offer to me. I would like some time to extend that offer to my client. And I am currently also on another Zoom on County Court 2, and that's going to take a while. So I'd like to request a reset, please.
Just one moment. All right, I'm going to need you to speak with him now because this case has, as you know, has been going on for a while.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to let you.
Either way, I really 99.9% feel certain that we're going to proceed to trial on this case.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Blake Wilburn, let's recall that for Monday. Mr. Wilburn, the court is not going to extend your plea deadline any further. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So on Monday, that is the last day that you will have to accept the state's offer. Either you're going to accept it or you reject it. If you reject it, then we will be going to a jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Norma, is Monday doable?
Yes, ma'am. I'll make it doable, Judge.
All right, so we're going to come back on the 31st. Is that at 10:30, Ms. Ferguson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on the 31st at 10:30, Mr. Wilburn.
Okay, thank you.
And remember, that's your plea deadline date, okay?
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
decide to accept, enter a plea after that plea deadline, the court will only accept pleas that are open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Ray Adams, who do you have?
I have Mr. Coleman, Vernon Coleman,
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
family violence.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 21. That's a lucky breakout room.
Great. Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Catherine Valenzuela. On Figueroa, there's an issue with whether or not he's received his evaluation. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Figueroa, can you unmute yourself for me, please? Mr. Figueroa, has anyone come to speak to you to evaluate you?
Yes, the 25th, I have evaluation to Zoom.
I'm sorry, did a doctor come and speak with you, Mr. Figueroa?
Yes, he did.
All right, do you remember when he came to speak with you?
The 25th.
25th of January?
January, yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, when can we reset this, Mr. Figueroa? Once they speak with you, it'll take them a while to get your report together, okay, for your attorney.
Judge, give me 1 second, Judge.
All right. Do you understand, Mr. Figueroa?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so just give us a moment. We're going to get a date. Everyone, just give me 5 minutes. Well, less than 5 minutes, just 1 second. All right, everyone, I am presiding judge this week because another judge is out. So I may need to take a break from time to time to take care of presiding issues from other courts. So everyone put some patience in your pocket.
Your Honor, John, I'm back from breakout room whenever you've got time.
All right, just give me a moment. The attorney who's on Mr. Michael Todd Akes.
That's me, Your Honor, Jim Ultersdorf.
All right, they've sent a motion to withdraw, so the court has signed that.
Right, thank you. I was coming in to inform you of that. So may we be excused, Mr. Akes and myself?
Yes, Mr. Akes. They've withdrawn the motion. And let me see. Very quickly, just one moment. All right, they withdrawn the motion, so good luck to you.
Judge, may I be in a breakout room for a moment with Norma Ferguson about a motion that I filed with regard to setting a bond a couple of days ago?
All right, just give me one moment. She is getting a date for me and trying to find out some information, so just one moment. All right, so all right. Norma, you can let them know 187 Akes can go back.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Valenzuela on Figueroa. Good luck to you, Mr. Akes. Stay out of trouble, okay? All right.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask a question, ma'am?
Yes, you can.
So what exactly does it mean that they've withdrawn the motion?
Well, you've expired on your probation, so that means that you're done with probation.
Okay.
So you should be released from the Bexar County Jail. Usually you'll probably be released by midnight.
Yeah, I know it comes pretty late.
Yeah, so hopefully you have someone who can come and pick you up or
Yes, ma'am.
somebody on the books where you can get a via.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Figueroa, we're gonna, Ms. Valenzuela, we're gonna call him back on March 18th. If the report is in sooner, then you can of course have it set sooner on the docket.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very much. May we
You're
be
welcome.
excused?
Yes, do you need to speak with Mr. Figueroa or no?
No, I will visit him off docket.
Okay. Norma, you can let Mr. Figueroa know that at the jail that they're excused. Mr. Figueroa, if for any reason we have the report before then, we'll bring you back before then, okay? Thank you for your patience. Mr. Ultersdorf, which issue you wanted to speak about? Which bond?
Oh, it's not something that's pending. It's someone in jail remanded without bond, and I have.
All right, what is your client's name?
Dasha is her first name, D-A-S-H-A. Last name is Grant, G-R-A-N-T.
What is the cause number?
Nightmag 622478.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal Trial Division, Your Honor.
All right, what I'll do is I'm going to send you to a breakout room to see if there's a prosecutor available to speak with you.
Thank you.
All right. If you will go back to breakout room number 13, please. Okay. All right, Natasha Torres.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I conferred with Mr. Groomer. An offer has been extended. I was just appointed yesterday. I would just need a brief reset, but if I could also confer or communicate with my client just to kind of explain what's going on.
All right. So this is another one of those cases that's old by standards in this court. And there was a plea deadline date of today. So I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your client, but I know you were just appointed. So I'm going to give you some time to build up a rapport with your client. But the next date I give, it's going to be a date in February, and that's going to be his new plea deadline date. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a date in February for this case and a plea deadline date mid-February, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And once I send you to a breakout room, you and your client can be excused from the breakout room.
Thank you, Honor.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, Judge.
That's okay.
There we go.
All right. We're going to come back on February 17th. Mr. Martinez, what that means is on February 17th, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. If you're not accepting the state's offer, then the court will not consider any other offers. Do you understand? You will only be allowed to plea open to the court. Do you understand?
I believe it's Mr. Ambriz in custody, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Martinez. Let me move the spotlight.
Okay.
No wonder he was like, that's not me.
Yeah, he looked a little concerned.
Mr. Ambriz, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Actually, then your case is different from what first anticipated. This is not a very old case for this court. So, Ms. Ferguson, Mr. Ambriz, can you give me a regular reset, please?
Excuse me. What was that, ma'am?
Just one moment, Mr. Ambriz. And have you received the discovery in this case?
I requested it this morning, Your Honor, and I believe one case is already available for review.
All right, so his reset date is going to be March 3rd. And I do have a motion in here to amend bond conditions. Okay, again, I don't know what's going on. This is the wrong file. Okay. The motions to amend bond conditions, Albert Alvarez. All right. So, Mr. Ambriz, we're going to bring you back on March 3rd. If your attorney wants you sooner than March 3rd, she will let the court know. Does he only have 2 cases, Ms. Torres?
Felony cases, Your Honor, and it appears that there's a pending MTR on a misdemeanor case, no bond.
Okay. Let me just find him on the docketing sheet. And Ms. Ferguson, can you check because it still has Ms. Boyd listed as the attorney on the docket sheet?
Judge, I'm going to put something in the chat.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your client. And if you'll go back to breakout room number 11, and your client will need to come to the main room to be excused from here.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, John Young.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with, I believe it was Michelle Hayden. They have not contacted the victim in the felony assault case. We do have the felony 3 drug case that has been indicted. They have not even contacted the victim in the assault case, though, and they need to do that. I would ask for a regular reset.
And I also have a motion to withdraw on file.
And I do not wish to press that, Your Honor. I had lost contact with my client, but before I think it was January 20th court date, she and her father made contact with me, and I think we'll be able to make things work.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a regular reset on Amethyst Garcia, please? And are you the attorney on that new case, Mr. Young?
I believe I am, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you make sure that Mr. Young is the attorney on the new case for Ms. Garcia?
ma'am.
All right, your next court date is going to be March 3rd. And you and your client are excused.
Your Honor, can we put us in a breakout room together?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4, Ms. Garcia, and you can be excused from there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me just find you on this screen. All right, Ray Adams.
Yes, Your Honor. I was in breakout 21 by myself. I think my client's in jail. I'd like to at least get to talk to somebody if I can't talk to a prosecutor right now.
Oh, no. See, so let me just explain to you what happened. You left that breakout room and a prosecutor just skipped over you. I tell you, all those breakout rooms are truly like doctor's offices. A doctor just knocked on your door and they're like, oh, nobody's in there. Let me go to the next patient. So if you go back there, a prosecutor will come see you.
Okay, thanks,
No problem. You're welcome. Pat Montgomery.
Your Honor, I spoke to Marcus on the aggravated robbery case. The state still requires time to confer with the complainant. On the motion to revoke case, I was appointed to substitute for the prior attorney once I was appointed on the aggravated robbery. Marcus wants to evaluate all the cases together and propose a package settlement offer, which I will then have to convey to my client.
All right, and are those cases you're speaking of, are they indicted cases or no?
Not so far as I know, unless they haven't updated the computer, which still.
Yes, Judge.
No, I have a CM number, but I also have a 2022-0208. So yes, ma'am, they are.
All right, to the clerks, I need the other files on Mr. McDaniel that have been indicted, please.
It's a 2022 CR 0208, Judge.
And is there any others that have been indicted?
Yes, ma'am. I'll have to hit the back button on the computer here and let it load. We also have the motion to revoke is the 2020 CR 6651.
All right, I have that one.
And then I'm told the unauthorized use of a vehicle, which is unindicted, has been rejected.
All right, so the only other case he has is the 2022 CR 0208.
Yes, ma'am. Those are the only two cases where there are indictments, and then the other unindicted case has been rejected.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on McDaniel? And can you make sure that these two cases are together? It's 2022 CR 0208. And state you need to speak with the complainant.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, your next court date then will be March 3rd.
Your Honor, may I be dismissed from a breakout room directly after I talk to my client and advise him what's transpired today?
All right, you'll need him to come back to the main room though. Just make sure he comes back.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I will.
All right, Mr. McDaniel, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 15. Your next court date is going to be March 3rd, okay?
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
You're welcome. Everyone, just give me a moment, please. Mr. Montgomery, you can go back to that room.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm assigned to room 15.
Yes. All right, Daniel Rodriguez on Christopher Garza.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with the state on this case, and we just can't.
Mr. Garza.
He's here. He should be on.
Mr. Garza, I'm going to be seeing you in the 187 District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa. It's on the 4th floor. There are no caps in court. You should know that. I don't know how many times I have to tell you that. But I see you do love Christmas. So you need to come down to the 187 District Court, 4th floor. See you here. All right, what is happening with Mr. Garza?
We can't reach an agreement, Your Honor. I want to say this is a third setting.
Okay. All right, so your client will be in court as soon as he gets here. We will call you back.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Linda Corley?
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred on Albert Alvarez. We're still working on discovery issues. And so, I believe we had also conferred, I was in your court a couple of days ago, and we conferred then. So I guess we're just waiting for the next setting on him.
All right, and what are the discovery issues?
We had some videos that we were having a problem opening, so I need to take a flash drive for them to put the videos on for me, and I'll be doing that on Monday.
Okay.
And there's just a lot to go through, and I think we haven't gotten to the point where we can get a plea offer yet.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset or a regular reset on Mr. Alvarez in the chat box, please?
And Judge, I do have 2 other motions that I had filed, one on a case that is on probation now. And when we did his plea, you had left the no contact order on for the complainant and told us after he had been on probation for 3 months or so that we could reapproach, and that time has come.
Just give me a moment. All right, Albert Alvarez, your next court date is going to be March 3rd. That's to give your attorney chance to obtain the discovery. And Ms. Corley, with regards to the videos, are those videos that the state actually has, or they don't have them?
No, it's videos that they've actually provided in e-discovery, but when I've downloaded them, they've been corrupt, and we've done it a couple of times, so we're going to try a flash drive.
Okay. All right, do you need to speak with your client anymore?
No, Judge, I can call him later today.
All right, and on this one, now on Mr. Albert Alvarez, I do have in the file a motion to amend bond conditions.
Yes, and I think that you actually granted that already. We moved him from full house to partial house arrest. I think you did that a couple of days ago.
Okay, I don't know why there's an empty one in here, but just in case, I'll sign it again.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Sure.
And may Mr. Alvarez sign out?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Alvarez, you can hit leave meeting. And
all right,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump the gun a minute ago.
That's okay. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Eddie Bravenek, who is your client?
Your Honor, it is Jaime Luna. I saw him on the screen. It's a family violence case.
So tell me, are the hours better now with the baby, or are you still being sleep deprived?
The truth is it depends on the day. The great thing about kids and the bad thing about kids, just when you think you got it, it changes. Now he's decided that he'll sleep through a lot of nights, but 5:30 is his time that he likes to wake up. And that makes me slightly miserable, and it makes my wife very miserable, which of course makes me miserable. So I don't know.
Just wait till the year. Wait till the years pass when they ask for the car keys, and then you're waiting for them to come home and they're missing curfew.
I pray that they ask for the car keys rather than just take the car keys.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 22. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thanks, Judge. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, so what's the other case you have, Ms. Corley?
Oh, yes, it's John Klosna. It's 2021 CR 5795.
Just 1 second. I have to put all this in the chat box.
Oh, sorry.
How do you spell his last name, please?
CLOSNA.
All right, and what's the cause number?
2021 CR 5795.
Family Violence or Criminal Trial Division?
It's family violence. And this one, he's on probation. And basically we did his plea on August 21st of last year. You said come back in 3 months to request the no contact order be changed to
Okay.
no harmful.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you to breakout room number, let me see who's done. I'm gonna send you to breakout room number Miss Ferguson told me that case is set for tomorrow.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
I
Is that
thought we
correct,
had it
Ms.
for
Ferguson?
today. I had it down for today, but well, can we do it today, Judge? I'm a lot busier tomorrow, but I could have sworn.
Okay, because she's telling me it's set for tomorrow. I mean, I can send you to a breakout room, but it will be breakout room number 23.
Okay,
But
okay,
you know, that
I'll at
means there are
least.
people.
I'm sorry, I interrupted again.
No problem. So, you know, if you go to breakout room number 23, that means that there are 22 other people.
I know. Well, I'm going to give it a shot, Judge.
Okay.
And, but also I filed 2 motions to withdraw. They're kind of urgent. I just filed them on the 25th, but, well, I think I need to go into a breakout room to ask you about this. I don't know.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you to number 23.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have one of the clerks go to 23 so you can have them pull those motions to withdraw.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, and could a clerk go to breakout room number 23, please?
Judge, I'm sorry, can you make me a co-host so I can jump over there?
Oh, thank you. Let me find you. Just
I'm
one
back in
second.
breakout room.
Take it a while. Just a second, everyone.
Thank you, Judge, I got it.
All right, thank you. All right, Raymond Martinez, you're here with Victoria Cruz, correct? She is in breakout room number 17, so I'll send you to breakout room number 17. All right, John Young.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Amethyst Garcia raised a question when I went to talk to her. She apparently has multiple medical problems. She's on tracking only GPS. Part of her problem is her medical treatment and her medications are in Mexico. She was a resident of Mexico previously. She asked that the tracking be removed, both because some of her medical problems cause her legs to swell up and the GPS monitor is painful then, and also because she needs to go to Mexico to get her medications.
All right, so first things first, there'll need to be documentation provided on that, and then we'll take that matter up.
Very well, Your Honor, I will do that, and I will get back and get on the
And
docket.
as soon as you file that, we'll take a look at it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor. We will leave then. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Sorry, everyone, I have to drink a lot of water. All right, John Pettis.
Yes, Judge, Your Honor, Jonathan Boyd. I confer with Michelle Hayden. There is some new evidence that is also connecting to a potential new charge. I'd ask for 2 weeks just to go over that new evidence, and I think we might be able to come back and have a deal.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 2-week reset on Jonathan Boyd, please?
Like every time you say that, Judge, I have to mention no relation. It's just like
No relation, I appreciate that.
an automatic.
Okay. And the new evidence, the state, I'm assuming, has given that to you.
Yes, Judge, it's been uploaded. Half of my staff have been hit by COVID, so I was trying to download Discovery on my own. I appreciate, I have a higher appreciation for what my paralegals do now.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a choice. I don't want to interfere with people's Valentine's Day with their wives or significant others. So a lot of people are saying set it for the 14th so they can blame me because they haven't made any plans. So you can either have February 14th or February 11th.
I will be forced to work on the 14th anyways, and our plans will have to be in the evening no matter what. So I will take the 14th.
All right, if I hear, and I know your wife, if I hear her tell me, Judge, he couldn't do anything because he's in court on the 14th, I'm gonna let her know.
Not gonna happen, Judge. It's all in the evening, all in the evening.
Okay.
Nothing done by the day. Jesse's not gonna let me off that day, so no.
Okay. All right, you and your client are excused, Mr. Boyd, no relation. You'll be back on February 14th.
Thank you, Judge. You have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Bob Behrens, who are you here for?
Gilbert Paredes, Judge, he's online.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I think it's family violence.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 24.
Okay.
Be patient. All right, Melissa Morales on Larry Foster.
Your Honor, I had a chance to confer with the prosecutor, and they have a recommendation with regards to the violation. So.
All right, and where is Larry Foster?
I just got off the phone with him, Your Honor. He's almost there. He showed up to my office, got confused, thought it was a Zoom. And so he's almost to the courthouse. He was on Quincy Street when I hung up the phone with him. So I know he's.
Right, so that means that he's running into some one-ways and closures. We'll wait for him.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Fernando Cortez.
Yes, Judge, we've already conferred and would like to keep it on the trial docket, please.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I'm going to put something in the chat box to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, and on Trevino. Your client only has one case, is that correct?
Judge, I think there's 3 cases.
Okay.
There's a family violence and then 2 other cases, Judge.
All right, to the clerks, could I have all the files on Jonathan Trevino, please? 2021 CR 9360 and 2021 CR 9359. Just give me a moment to grab those. Mr. Fox?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
On my case, I've conferred with the state. I've turned over medical records that they need to review, somewhat extensive, around 250 pages. State says that they're going to review that this weekend and next week. It's a lot of psychologist notes and things to that effect.
Oh, we read fast here. All right. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a reset date on McAfee in 2 weeks, please? Thank you.
That's
all right.
perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to come back on February 11th.
Perfect.
All right, you're excused, Ms. McAfee. We'll come back on February 11th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. Brenna, are you ready? And Ms. Ferguson, can I have a trial date in the chat box for Jonathan Trevino, please?
Yes, ma'am. Give me a second. I need to look at the Excel file, Judge.
All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 6414, State of Texas versus Jonathan Edward Trevino for defense. Defense, could you announce for the record, Mr. Cortez?
You're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's
I'm ready.
okay.
What am I doing?
All right, if you can make an announcement for the record, are you the defense attorney for Jonathan Trevino?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Fernando Cortez for Jonathan Trevino. Are you Jonathan Trevino?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cortez, have you received all the evidence in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has an offer been tendered?
It has, Your Honor.
Mr. Trevino, are you rejecting the offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, your plea deadline date has expired, Mr. Trevino. What that means is the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case. The court will only accept offers open to the court. Your next trial date is going to be March 15th. Mr. Cortez, do you have any objections to March 15th as a trial date?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Trevino, do you have any objections to March 15th as a trial date?
No, Your Honor.
All right, your trial date will be March 15th. If you're on bond, which it appears that you are, you'll need to come dressed to court on March 15th at 9 a.m. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
When is your court date?
March 15th
What time?
at 9 a.m.
Which court?
The 187th.
All right, if for any reason courts are still suspended, and that is the reason why your trial hasn't taken place, if jurors are still suspended, your attorney will be made aware of that, and in which case you'll appear by Zoom. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, then you and Mr. Cortez are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bye-bye. All right, Natasha Torres.
Yes, Your Honor, my client, Mr. Ambriz, and I are back from the court, the breakout room, and the court asked him to come back before he was excused.
All right, thank you. Ms. Ferguson, can you let them know that Ambriz can go back, please?
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other any other defense attorneys ready?
Scott McCrum, Judge.
All right, just give me one moment, Mr. McCrum. All right, Mr. McCrum, you have Eddington.
Yes, Judge, we've conferred on Mr. Eddington. I believe it's the plea deadline. We're not interested in any plea offer. I know you're going to ask if we've received one, but I let Ms. Hayden asked if he was interested in one, and I let her know that we're not. And so we'd like to be moved to the trial docket, please.
All right, whether he's interested in one or not, one needs to be offered. So has one been offered, yes or no?
No.
All right, so what we're going to do is there's an offer that's going to be tendered. And once that offer is tendered, I'm going to give a plea deadline date, because what I don't want to happen is we're on the day of jury trial and an offer is tendered and he's like, well, I'll accept it. And this is the first time I've ever been given an offer. So if you can let Ms. Hayden know, she's in a breakout room. As soon as she comes out of that breakout room, that an offer needs to be tendered.
Okay, let her know how. Do you want me to go back to that breakout room and just wait? For
No,
her,
she's in a breakout room with someone else. As soon as she's out of that breakout room, I will let her know that she needs to tender an offer.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I'm also ready though on the bond matter.
All right, we will take that up. Just give me one moment. Mr. Goss.
Yes, Your Honor, I just need to be put in a breakout room with my client to discuss with him.
Okay, let me see. You're in breakout room number 12.
Thank you.
Leonidas Rodriguez, if you go to 12, please.
Okay, thank you.
All right, who is the prosecutor on? Is it Rudy Martinez?
Yes, Judge.
All right, who's
The prosecutor I spoke with yesterday was Ryan Gloomer.
Yeah, Judge, I'm sorry. I talked to Scott yesterday.
okay. All right, the court is going to call CM 087528, State of Texas versus Rudy Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ryan Groomer for the state of Texas.
For the defense?
Scott McCrum for Mr. Martinez, Judge.
And are you Mr. Martinez? Could you unmute for me, please? Hold the space bar down. It's the longest key on the keyboard. Do you have a keyboard? All right, the longest bar that's on that keyboard is the space bar. Could you hold it down?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. My space bar was messed up. They told me I had to use the mouse.
That's okay. So are you Rudy Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
That sounds wonderful.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
Okay, I return to main session.
Any objection from the defense?
Oh, Your Honor.
All right, the defense has filed a motion to reinstate Mr. Martinez's bond in this cause number. The court is also in receipt of a third violation report. Have both parties had State, have you had a chance to review the defense's motion to reinstate?
If they give me that, bro, I'm live, bro.
Are you ready to proceed, Mr. Groomer?
Yes, Judge, I'm sorry. I haven't looked at his, but we have discussed it and I have reviewed what he's intending to do. Yes, Judge.
All right. So, Mr. McCrum, it's your motion. You may proceed.
Judge, just by way of relevant background, this court called for a pretrial violation hearing or status or what have you, but an appearance that required Mr. Martinez to show up in person to court on Friday. We expressed to the court, I expressed to the court, he had misdemeanor warrants. And he's got his daughter that he cares for, is responsible for. He has custody of her. And he knew that he had those warrants. And that's why he didn't show up to your court on Friday. He was not in a position yet to have anyone pick up his daughter, as I understand that he explained to me, or care for her. He wanted to resolve that and then was going to face coming in. You warned him that he needed to come anyway, and he did not appear. So the court issued a remand without bond. So that's why he's in custody now. He works as a cook in a restaurant, Judge, so any increase in bond, he's not going to be able to make. As it is, he has to make 2 misdemeanor bonds for those pretrial violation that were issued out of County Court 6. And so if the court does not reinstate bond, he hasn't even been indicted yet. He's going to just languish in there for months and months and months. And not to say that that's anyone else's fault, but that's what's going to happen. And so that's why I filed the motion. And I know it's extraordinary since he didn't show up, but I'm asking that the court consider to reinstate the original bond, because I think he said the bondsman is willing to work with him on going back on that original bond, if that is what the court would be inclined to do.
All right. State?
And Judge, just briefly, Judge, obviously, Mr. McCrum has outlined the situation that occurred on Friday. And I guess just from the state's perspective, the only thing we suggest to the court is obviously that being on bond carries with it requirements and responsibilities. And one of them is that whenever the judge who's overseeing your case asks you to come to court, you have to come to court. And I think that is a pretty telling sign as to what his feelings are towards your rules and your regulations while he's out on bond. And for that reason, we think it was appropriate that his bond was revoked. We think that if he deserves the bond being reinstated, that it be reinstated at a slightly higher amount to instill in him the seriousness of listening to the people who are controlling the bonds.
All right, and what bond would you be asking for, state?
Judge, I think he previously was at a bond of $50,000. We'd ask for a bond of $75,000.
All right, Mr. Martinez, can you unmute yourself for me, please?
Rudy, you can't even do it with the mouse?
All right, Mr. Martinez, you're going to see a message from me asking you to unmute, okay? So since you have the mouse, hopefully you'll be able to do that.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Mr. McCrum, I'm not going to ask him any questions, of course, about the facts of the case, but I want to ask him issues about the bond and his appearance in this case. Do you have any objections?
Yes, ma'am. No.
Oh,
No
yes or no? Okay.
No objection.
All right, Mr. Martinez, so were you arrested?
Excuse me?
Where were you arrested?
Down the street from my house.
Did I not tell you this was going to happen?
Yes, ma'am, you did.
And so when you were arrested, where was your daughter?
She was at school.
So who ended up picking her up from school?
I had to call my aunt. I had to get a hold of my aunt to pick her up, but she was picked up.
Didn't you understand what I told you when I said, when you run away from problems, they get compounded, right?
Yes, ma'am. I was just trying to get all my affairs in order. That's all, ma'am.
No, the same way you, but the way you call your aunt and said, hey, can you pick up my daughter? You could have done that.
It was inconvenient for her, but she was able to do it. But I mean, I'm not trying to run away from my problems, Your Honor. I'm just trying to get through this the best way possible. That's all.
All right, I am going to give you a bond. It's not going to be at the 50,000. I'll set your bond at $55,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If you come back for violating these rules again, there are going to be some issues. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Completely.
All right. On these cases, I know you said it hadn't been indicted, Mr. McCrum, but have you received discovery on it?
I have received discovery.
Okay.
And I've already started to speak with the prosecutors, and I think as Mr. Groomer mentioned that he was going to reach out to the complainant to see if we can make some headway on this case.
All right, so your bond is gonna be increased to $55,000. You're gonna have the same conditions of AA, NA meetings 2 times monthly, drug, alcohol testing random. There's to be no contact with Ray and Martinez, no alcohol use, and no possession of firearms. Do you understand?
He's back to mute, Judge.
Okay.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand the
I
court's
understand.
orders?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
All right. Then if there's nothing else, Mr. McCrum will close the record on this case. And Norma, you can let them know that Martinez 16C can go back.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, and you have Mr. Eddington?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if Miss Hayden is back for that breakout that I need with her.
All right, no, she's still in breakout room number 21. So just give us a moment and we will take that up.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Martinez.
Judge, I've conferred with Michelle Hayden and we do not have a plea agreement. We need to stay in line for trial. And before I leave, I need to visit with Mr. Blunt.
Okay, just one moment. And who is your client?
Kendall Blunt, he's in custody.
All right, so an offer has been tendered, is that correct?
No, Judge, we do not have an offer.
Okay, so what I'm gonna need you to do is get an offer from Miss Hayden. Is she prepared to give an offer today?
We'll have to ask her, Judge, I'm not sure.
All right, so. Yes,
We'll go back in a breakout room.
all right, so Miss Hayden, the first person up to go in the breakout room is gonna be Scott McCrum. He needs an offer on Eddington. And then Mr. Martinez needs an offer on Blunt. So Scott McCrum, I'm gonna send you, let me see, what breakout room were you in, Mr. McCrum?
Sorry,
Scott.
I was in 9.
All right, Scott McCrum, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 2. Ms.
Okay.
Hayden is gonna meet you there for an offer.
I
And
think there-
then,
Sorry.
oh, yes, Ms. Hayden?
I believe there was a previous offer in this case, but I'll give it again.
Okay. And Mr. Martinez, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 3, and Ms. Hayden's gonna meet you there shortly
Yes, sir.
to give an
Yes, sir.
offer. And everyone, please just give me a moment. I have documents to sign for other courts. All right, Mr. McCrum, do you have the offer on Eddington?
Yes, Judge, we've received the offer. I met with my client in the breakout room and we're rejecting it.
All right, so on Mr. Eddington, Ms. Ferguson, on this one, can I bring this back at the beginning of February, just 1 week? And let me find Eddington. Okay, and Mr. Eddington, the reason why I'm doing that is because an offer was just tendered today. And I want to give you a chance to think about it. It's not me putting pressure on you to accept it or not accept it, but I don't like for an offer to be tendered one day. And then the very same day, I want your yay or nay on it.
And
So-
Judge, there is a note that this offer was previously made December 14th.
Okay. So we're going to recall it on February 4th. That's the plea deadline date. Court is not extending any further. Thank you, Ms. Hayden. So, Mr. McCrum, if you have nothing else with us, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Johnny Cisneros.
Your Honor, I'm back on Blake Wilburn, my client from
Yes.
this morning. Yesterday I filed a motion to amend conditions of release, asking him to be able to, he hasn't had any violations on the GPS since September, well, since the date of the inception of this case, September the 30th. of
Okay, let me
last
ask you
year.
this. Has your client left the breakout room?
He,
'Cause I don't-
my client was excused earlier this morning. I got back on, we were both excused.
Okay, yes. So you're back and you
So-
have a bond issue?
Well, yes, well, I filed a motion to amend conditions of bond, and I would, first off, his mother's in the hospital. He hasn't been able to go see her because of this GPS. So I'm asking that he be allowed to, for work purposes and for whatever reason, be allowed to leave the house at 7:30 a.m. and return at 8:30.
Okay, is this family violence or criminal trial division?
It's family violence, Your Honor.
All right, let me send you to a breakout room just to confer with them. I'm sure they're not going to have probably any problems with it. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
All right, Bobby Gebbia, who do you have?
Hello, Judge. I have Migdalia Salazar. It's a family violence case.
Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5. All right. Morales, you're here on Larry Foster.
Yes, Your Honor, I just got off the phone with him. I believe he should be in the courtroom.
All right, to the courtroom. Is there a Larry Foster in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, he is not.
He is not.
Oh, is that him right now walking in, I believe?
Sir, name? He just walked in, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, and have you talked with the state on this violation report? Which prosecutor did you speak with?
Yes, Your Honor, with Joe Garcia.
Okay. All right, Mr. Garcia, Mr. Foster, come forward, please. Mr. Garcia, is there an agreement on this?
Judge, I don't think specifically there was an agreement. The state has a recommendation, but.
All right, state, what is going to be your recommendation?
Judge, we're going to recommend that the bond be doubled in this case. The reason for that is because it's the 5th violation report. His last 3 previous violation reports have been for the same thing, the high BAC, breath test, and having a continuous problem of using alcohol.
All right, has an abuse been tried yet with him or no?
No, Your Honor. I haven't seen that, no.
All right, we can go on the record and state, I'll let you ask for what you want to ask for in defense, what you're requesting. Court is calling NIMAC number 630256, State of Texas versus Larry Foster. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jerry Garcia for the state.
For the defense?
Marisa Morales for Mr. Larry Foster.
And are you Larry Foster?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. I'll note for the record that Mr. Foster is in the courtroom. Any objection from the state?
None, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Foster, Mr. Foster, do you have any objection to this hearing taking place by video?
No.
All right, you need to make sure your mask is over your nose, Mr. Foster. All right, I am in receipt of a 5th violation report. It appears, Mr. Foster, that you are unable to stop drinking alcohol on your own. What is up with the head lifting the eyes to the heavens? What's going on?
I wasn't realizing I did that, Your Honor, but did you want me to comment on that?
Yeah, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Could you state your name for the record?
Larry Foster.
All right, Mr. Foster, you haven't been convicted of driving while intoxicated 3rd or more, but you keep drinking alcohol, allegedly. So here's my question for you. What treatment or what do you need to stop drinking alcohol?
Okay, Your Honor, I know I got that 3rd conviction, my DUI a couple months ago here. I know I violated when I first started going to AA classes, when I first was put on the floor. But I started taking this serious now. Okay, I go to AA meetings every day, sometimes twice. I participate. I haven't blown dirty in over a week, 2 weeks maybe, I don't know, since the 2nd, I want to say. And I know I blow messed up at the beginning. And I'm trying. It just wasn't no easy quit. I don't drink and drive. That's the first DUI I had in 20 years, over 20 years. But that's pretty much it. I don't know what treatment I could recommend. Like I said, I go to AA.
Let me ask you this. What causes you to drink? Like what happens where you're saying, I need a drink instead of picking up the phone and calling a sponsor?
Okay, first of all, I don't have a sponsor. And that's a hard question to answer, man. I don't know what made me want to have a drink. I don't know. I'm in a stressed out relationship that I need to be out of. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but you know, I got things going on. I got no family here in San Antonio, in Texas. I'm just me. And I don't know, I go to work every day. Don't got no friends. I got my dog, my 2 cats, and I just chill at the house. And yes, I did get in the car that day to go to work. I was off. I should have said no. I had just moved here. I should have said no. I didn't.
Well, no. Here's the thing. I'm not talking about your actual case. Right. I'm strictly focusing this on, wait a minute. I'm strictly focusing this on your violations. Mm-hmm. And your counsel doesn't want you talking about this case. I'm trying to figure out whether or not you should just be in jail and wait to have your case heard, or if there's something that can be done to help you stop drinking. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So my question for you is, why don't you have a sponsor? It's obvious that you need one. It appears to me that you may be at this state in your life where you may be on what's called maybe a binger. You used again, and now you haven't completely stopped. It's great that you haven't drank for 2 days, but this is your 5th violation.
I understand that. And I don't know.
Why why are you drinking? If you're in a relationship that causes you to drink, then you know how you get out of the relationship. You're not a child, you're an adult. You leave the relationship.
That's easier said than done.
That
is what I need to do. That is what I need to do. But that's
here's your choices, Mr. Foster. You can stay in that relationship that you say causes you to drink.
No, I didn't say it causes me to drink. I don't want to say it causes me to drink. I don't mean it like that. It's a stressful situation. It's not I don't drink every day. I don't know. I know I got DUIs and I know I blew 5 times 30, but I don't drink every day. I don't drink every week. It's just, I got caught this time.
You're not supposed to drink at all. That's the
I
thing.
understand that. And like I say, I did violate when I first started, and I'm trying. That's all I can really do and say. I don't know what treatment you want to, or I could recommend besides going to AA and maybe getting a sponsor. I don't have a sponsor yet, but I do go participate in the meeting, which took me a minute to start opening up, but I do participate, and I think they help me. I go home and I still think about some of the things that said in the meeting, and I ain't even in the meeting. So I know it's like some kind of way it is helping me. That's all I can do is I can try.
And what are your work hours?
I'm off Wednesday and Thursday. I work 5 to 2 in the morning, sometimes 2:30.
And is Via Bus near where you live and work?
Yes, I do have a bus where I live at. Bus where I work at, I don't know.
Okay, what street is your job located on?
It's in the rim, the street. I want to say it's Bass Jackson. I know that's a cross street.
Oh, they have buses there. I used
Yeah.
to take the Via Bus. That's probably like the 92 or the 90. That would get you there, or either maybe 150, 151. All right, any questions about Mr. Foster's issues, defense or state?
No questions, Your Honor. I just would like to address the recommendation for doubling the bond. He's a dishwasher. He doesn't make a lot. I don't believe he'd be able to afford it. And then he wouldn't be able to be saving up if we do receive an offer for probation. We would not, it would have a hard time affording that. In addition to that, it'd be hard for him to afford pretrial conditions if he were to be have a bond that would be doubled. I'm hoping the court will address the violation in another manner, such as potentially the and abuse.
All right, and where are we on this case as far as grand jury review? When is that happening?
Judge, it should happen soon. Everything seems to be in except the prior judgments, and I looked into that today. So hopefully I'll see those and we can process this quickly.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. Mr. Foster,
Yes, ma'am.
you're going to continue to blow, but you're not allowed to drive at all. So you're going to be taking a Via Bus.
I get off at 2:30 in the morning, man. I have no way.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you want to be spending your time at the Bexar County Jail? Because we're at a point, Mr. Foster, as I tell you, I don't take any of the allegations as true. I don't know if you committed a DWI third or not. What I know is this is your 5th violation. What I know is the state is requesting that your bond be doubled. So would you prefer your bond to be doubled, which means that you're going to be taken into custody now? Or would you want to leave the courtroom and make arrangements for you to take the Via Bus to and from work? Because let me tell you the seriousness of what's going on. I don't know, maybe sometime the ignition interlock is going to fail. It's going to say you're blowing clean and you're not. You get behind the wheel of the car and you hit somebody and you kill somebody. Part of my job in setting conditions is to make sure the community is protected. I've been a defense attorney. I've been a prosecutor. I would always tell my clients who could not stop drinking alcohol, I would give them all the treatment places, the free places to go, and they still wouldn't stop drinking. And you know what I would tell them? Obviously, you're not going to stop drinking. Just drink at your house. Don't drive. If you're at the house, maybe you won't hurt anybody because you're just at the house. But what you have done is you put other people in danger because you can't stop drinking because you're in a stressful relationship and you don't know how to get out of that relationship. You're in Bexar County in Texas with no family here. There are a lot of people who have no family in Texas. I have no family in Texas, right? I have stressors. Part of my stressors are hearing these cases and trying to make decisions that are just and fair and trying to make sure that the community is protected. So you have a choice today. Your choice is I can increase your bond, which it should be, but I'm trying to put you in a position where hopefully you can help yourself and stop drinking. Because one or two things going to end up happening. One, you're going to be driving, you're going to hit somebody. And what I know, and I haven't done statistics on it, and my statistical professor will be upset for me for saying this, but usually, you know what ends up happening? Person who's drunk, they just walk away from the accident fine, but they end up killing children, killing parents, killing the grandmother who was just walking across the street. And then they come to court and they're crying, I didn't mean to kill anybody. I didn't think I was really drunk. And that's the situation you're in. And this is not the first time I've spoken to you. So you have a choice. You can either not drive, but that ignition interlock is staying on your vehicle and you're going to continue to blow in it, or either your bond can be doubled and they can give you your treatment at the jail. Yes.
Your Honor, when he was ordered ignition interlock at the beginning of this case, his vehicle was in the shop. He had no vehicle. So he has the in-home device now. In speaking with him this morning, it has come to my attention that his car is out of the shop. So those blows were on the in-home portable device, not on the ignition interlock. Yeah, so I don't know if the court.
And did he drive down here without something on his vehicle?
When I was talking to him, he was in a car.
Yeah, that's a problem. He is getting ignition interlock today. There will be no extensions on him getting an ignition interlock. He's getting it today. And then when you drive back home, you are, well, I'm so sorry, Ms. Morales. I don't know if your client is going to stop on the way home for a drink or not.
I don't
Do
drink like that, man.
do you have the in-home breathalyzer with you?
No. It's at the house.
Yeah, no.
I blew this morning right before I came here.
Ms. Morales? We have an issue.
His car.
I can explain it if you want, Ms. Morales.
No, there's nothing to explain. I didn't know that you had your car out of the shop. It's out of the shop. So, you know, the judge wants you not driving or ignition interlock. I do know that when ignition interlock has been ordered, Your Honor, in other cases, sometimes there isn't a device available for 2 or 3 days. So I don't know how that works.
No, I can't have somebody driving who I don't know if is going to leave this courthouse and take a detour to go have a drink. All right, what is this?
Your Honor, I have to go again at 4 o'clock. I ain't violated in a couple. I don't drink like you might be implying that I do. I'm gonna stop on the way and have a drink. It's not even on my mind to have a drink today or tomorrow. Or, you know, I'm trying to go one day at a time. I'm not thinking about no drink. I know I got to blow 3 more times today. And I have to come clean. Like I said at the very beginning, I was blowing dirty. I've been good. I've been going to my meetings. I've been attending. I've been participating. I've been doing whatever you guys asked me to do. When this case first came along, yes, you guys told me to get it in my vehicle. My vehicle was damn near total, okay? I didn't have no vehicle, and you and the prosecutor, I want to say, or you and the probation officer decided he needed something. So the day that I was supposed to get it in my vehicle, they didn't have none. So y'all said he got to get something, so that's when I got the in-home blower, $200 and something. I cannot afford, you telling me I have to leave here right now and go get it in. I don't have $200 and something.
All right, you need to take
I'm not asking.
Here's the thing, Mr. Foster. This is what happens when people have addictions. What they do is they make every excuse and the blame passes on. So the fact that you don't have any money, that should have been thought about instead of you continuing to drink. Your 5 violations is you continue to drink alcohol and put people in danger. Have a seat. I'm going to think about your case. He is not to leave the courtroom.
Your Honor, Teddy Bravenek on Jaime Luna. Court.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Judge, I
Just
couldn't
one
hear you.
moment.
May I go forward?
Just one moment, please. All right, on
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
Linda
you.
Corley, on Mr. Closna.
Yes, Judge. So
Yes.
I did confer, and the state is going to send you, they are not objecting on Mr. Klosna's motion to change the no contact order to no harmful or injurious. He is already on probation, so it's not a bond change, it's a probation
All right.
change.
All right, and I'm printing that out now. And if you have nothing else with us, you're excused.
Well, Judge, I did have the two motions to withdraw. The clerk said that you already have it in your folder.
Yes,
were
they
already
just
there?
brought it to me.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay, so I do need to withdraw from these two cases, Your Honor.
All right, just give me one moment.
And he is in custody.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, do we have Valentin Leha?
I don't believe he's here today. We didn't have him on the docket, Judge, but he's in custody.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, is it possible to recall, we're gonna have to recall him then, Ms. Corley, so that he can be here?
Okay, Judge, that's fine.
So we can either, we can see if we can have him back this afternoon, or if we can see this somewhere else.
Well, Judge, may I go into a breakout room with you?
All right, just give me a moment.
Okay.
Ms. Ferguson just said she's gonna try to call the jail to see if we can get him.
Oh, for this morning?
Yes.
Oh, that would be terrific, Judge.
All
But
right, so,
I think I still need to talk to you in a breakout room whenever you're ready.
all right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, Jason Goss.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is Leonidas Rodriguez.
Yes.
And so the issue is that I've talked to Michael Villarreal, and we have plea negotiations that my client is open to taking. However, he's on a green card. He's a legal permanent resident. He came over as a baby, and his whole family are all citizens. And so we have tried.
Excuse me, Ms. Ferguson, you're not on mute. I'm sorry, go ahead.
We have tried to get we've tried to consult with an immigration attorney. My client lacked the funds to pay the immigration attorneys.
All right, if he needs an immigration attorney, we'll have one appointed to him.
I think that he is going to get the funds, but I can talk to him. Well, I'll just ask him right here. Leonidas, would you like to have an immigration attorney appointed to you so that it would be at no cost to you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I
Yes, Your
see
Honor.
his wife or somebody is telling him yes.
Yeah. So that we would appreciate that, Judge. And really what we want to do is talk to the immigration attorney to be able to say, what kind of plea can we take? And we do expect to take it. Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Ferguson, if you could have an immigration attorney zoom in, please. Thank you. So we'll be with you in a moment, and there will be an immigration attorney zooming in. Eddie Provident.
Thanks, Your Honor. Judge, I'm coming back on Jaime Luna. I spoke with the state. They told me that they've submitted a dismissal to you, but I asked Mr. Luna to come back to the general room because I didn't want to assume you were going to sign it, nor did I want to excuse him without your permission so that he didn't end up with a warrant.
Okay, just give me one moment. Let me see if I have that. To the clerks, can you check to see if the dismissal has been signed on Jaime Luna, please?
Yes, Judge, you actually just signed it.
All right, thank you. Then, Mr. Luna, you and your attorney are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, and Mr. Brabenec, you are excused. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Judge. Have a good day.
All right, you too. All right. Let me see. All right, Heather Ramirez, I'm Brandon Day.
Judge, we were able to confer again with Marco Saunders. He did give us a better offer of 4 years. We're trying to get in contact with the Criminal Trial Division to see if we can talk to them to further discuss. Marco Saunders said he would keep the offer open till the end of today. So we need to see, I did reach out to the Criminal Trial Division. I am waiting for a phone call back. Calling to either if we can recall it for after lunch to possibly come back to see if we can either enter into a plea bargain and or if we can get another offer.
All right, we cannot recall back after lunch. Ms. Ferguson, I have a meeting at 2 p.m. that I forgot to put on the schedule for you. So it's a judge's meeting at 2.
Yes, sir.
So we can perhaps bring this back at 2:30, Ms. Ferguson.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll come back at 2:30.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, Ray Adams.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with the DA. They don't have a police report, and so we can't do anything with the new case. Could we reset for 30 days in hopes we'll have that and be able to cut a deal?
All right, is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody.
All right. Let me see if I can get him back to the main session. And what new cases does he have, and are they indicted?
They are not indicted. He just got arrested. It's a violation of a protective order.
And who are you conferring with?
I was conferring with
Michelle Hayden, me. Judge, it's also, appears to be an assault family second, but there's nothing scanned into Veripic yet. He was just arrested a couple days ago.
All right, so when do you think you'll have information?
I'll reach out to our intake attorney this morning, and hopefully we can at least get a report, sometime in the next week or so. But right now there's just not anything on there.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you see if they can bring Mr. Coleman out of room 21? He's still in there. And also if I can have a 30-day reset on Mr. Coleman as well.
I'm not available on that day, Judge.
All right, we're going to come back on March 4th.
Perfect.
And we're trying to see if we can get your client out of the breakout room to let him know.
Right. I was scared you were going to put me on the 3rd, and I can't do it on the 3rd.
Ah, okay.
Perfect.
No problem. All right, you're excused.
Thanks, Judge. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Sure. All right, Bobby Gebbia.
Hello, Judge. Nice to see you.
Nice
Physically present in the courtroom. I have Migdalia Salazar. She is logged on. I did confer with Michael Villarreal. Case is still a little new. We have a number of outstanding discovery issues, medicals, and other types of things. We would ask for a court reset, please.
All right, and Mr. Villarreal, when are you expecting this other discovery to be available?
Judge, I have to confer with Bobby. He says that there's, I think, some things that are in the file that are not available to him. And so once I get the file and reconcile it all and talk with him, I expect that to be done hopefully quickly. Very
All
quickly.
right, Ms. Ferguson, on Migdalia Salazar, can I have a 30-day reset for discovery, please? All right, we're going to come back on March 4th. That is the only discovery date that will be given. So state and defense, make sure you have all your discovery.
We
And
will
you
be
said your
conferring.
client is in the courtroom?
No, she's
Mr.
online.
All right, let me see if I can find her. All right, your next court date is going to be March 4th, Ms. Salazar, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're both excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a wonderful day. Thank you,
All
Michael.
right, too, thank you. All right, and Ms. Ferguson, do we have any update on an immigration attorney?
Sorry, Judge, I need to give her a call. Give me 1 second or give him a call.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Cisneros.
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke to Mr. Villarreal on the motion to amend conditions of release that I filed yesterday. And he says he's okay with that, with my proposed order.
All right, and what is the client's name, please?
Blake Wilburn. I filed it yesterday, Your Honor, because he needs to go see his mother at the hospital, and the GPS officer can't let him go.
All right, I have the order and it has been signed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, y'all too. Thank you, Mr. Villarreal.
All right, Abelardo Garza, who do you have?
Hello, can you hear me, Judge?
Yes, who do you have?
I've got Brandy Barrera, 2021, 11652.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I think it's family violence, Judge.
All right, let me see if I can find it. It's Criminal Trial Division.
Oh, drugs, okay. Just
No, theft.
theft, shit.
Yeah,
I'm batting 1,000.
that's okay. I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 4.
Judge, I send you a chat.
All right, will do. Hector Garza.
Your Honor, how are you?
Yes.
I have,
great.
I have Saul Martinez. If I could meet with one of the prosecutors,
All right, Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
criminal trial.
Okay, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 5. And Miss Corley, if I could see you in breakout room number 1, and could I see a family violence prosecutor in number 1 as well, please?
Norma, are you there?
Judge, I'm gonna go ahead and go. My office is on the phone with him and he thinks he's going with film and we will get him on board for our next hearing.
All right, so I'm just gonna try to push it a little bit further than 30 because you're waiting on the drug lab, right? The retest.
Yeah, I think 60 days will probably be appropriate. We know how long it takes.
All right, just good luck getting them here in 60 days. We'll see how it goes. All right, take care.
All right, Mr. Goss, an immigration attorney will be here shortly. And everyone, just give me a moment.
Thank you, Judge. Are we going to go in a breakout room when the immigration attorney comes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, anyone else ready? Bob Behrens?
Yes, Judge. Conferred with Mr. Villarreal. I informed him that the complainant in Mr. Perez's case now has an assault case. With him as the complainant, he's got a visible injury on his face that you can even see on the screen. And she apparently has some mental health issues. So I think we're going to try to look into all that. And Mr. Villarreal is going to send me a copy of the report when he gets it. And so at this point, we're not ready to proceed.
All right, Mr. Villarreal, when do you think you all will have this information on the new case that Mr. Behrens is speaking of?
So, Your Honor, they didn't file it with our office yet, so I'm going to have to request it from SAPD. And so sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but I'll have my investigator working on it today.
Okay, so what we're going to do, let me find him on the docket. All right. We're going to recall this for 30 days to see where we are with the new discovery. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset, please, in the chat box? All right, we're going to come back on March 4th. Will that give you enough time, State? All right. All right, so we'll be back on March 4th. You and your client are excused.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Is there anyone else ready?
Your Honor, Hector Garza.
Yes.
Judge, I've conferred with the state. They've made an offer, but I need to put this case on the trial docket.
Well, have you tendered the offer to Mr. Martinez?
No, but we've talked about it, Judge, and the one sticking point hasn't changed. It was the same as it was last time.
All right, just 1 second. All right, his plea deadline date is actually listed as February 17th.
Okay.
Just one moment, let me make sure that is correct. Yes, is actually listed as February 17th. So Ms. Ferguson, if we can bring Saul Martinez, make sure he's back on February 17th.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what, Norma? That is not true. Because Mr. Martinez was the wrong file that I wrote this in.
Yes, ma'am.
Today is actually his plea deadline date. So you're saying that they made another offer today. Is that correct, Mr. Garza?
No, Judge, to be quite candid, there was the plea we had talked about. We talked about more of the additional conditions, not time. Today, they extended a time, but the conditions haven't changed. So we're really.
Well, I mean, the person who is in charge of conditions for probation is the court.
Correct. But it just needs to be set for trial, unless you want me to get into the merits of why.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I don't
then
want
we
the
need that.
merits.
We need to set it for trial.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a trial date for Mr. Saul Martinez? In the box, please. All right, the court is going to call 2021 CR 7015, State of Texas versus Saul Martinez for the defense.
Hector R. Garza Jr., Your Honor.
And are you Saul Martinez? Can you unmute, please? All right, are you Saul Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, off the record for a moment. Ms. Garcia, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. That is the immigration attorney. And so Jason Goss and your client, if you go to breakout room number 1, please. And please come back to the main room after you've spoken to the immigration attorney. All right, we're back on the record. Mr. Garza, have you received all the discovery in this case?
We have, Judge.
All right. Has an offer been tendered?
It has, Your Honor.
And Mr. Martinez, are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your plea deadline date in this case has expired. Your plea deadline date was actually set for today. So your jury trial date will be March 15th. Mr. Garza, do you have any objection to March 15th as a jury trial date?
I do, Your Honor. I'm actually starting a federal trial in Houston March 1st, and we're expecting that trial to go 3 weeks.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a date in April for the jury trial then? All right, April 5th will be your jury trial date. Any objections to April 5th as a jury trial date, Mr. Garza?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Martinez, do you have any objection to April 5th as a jury trial date?
No, ma'am.
All right, your jury trial would take place on April 5th, 2022. You need to come to the 187th District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa. You'll need to be here dressed for trial at 9 a.m. on April 5th. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if for any reason there is a suspension of jury trials, your attorney will be informed, and in which case you'll appear by Zoom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so when is your jury trial date?
April 5th
What time?
at 9,
Which court?
187.
All right, thank you. All right, if there's nothing else, Mr. Garza, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Ms. Corley, you're back.
Yes, Judge, I am back, and he's back in the courtroom as well. And so I think I'm all done here today, Judge, and if I could just ask for Mr. Closed and myself to be excused.
Yes, you're excused. And Mr. Lahab, we're gonna have another attorney appointed to you. Are you able to afford attorney?
At this moment, ma'am, I have no idea what's going on. I have my brother and my mom out there that I take care of. I don't know if they make the payment or not, so that's why I'm just surprised right now. Because I do take care of my mom and my brother. They're in a wheelchair.
All right, so just, I understand, and sometimes, when payments can't be made, attorneys, they want to be paid. So because you can't afford an attorney, we'll have one appointed for you, okay? Just give us a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Jason Goss, you're back on Leonidas.
Yes, I'm just back to grab him because we didn't get him over there with us. So
Okay, all right, awesome.
breakout room 1. Thank you, Judge.
Yes. All right, Victoria Cruz on Raymond Martinez, or for Raymond Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor. We have an offer. We have conveyed it to our client. He wishes to remain on the trial docket. There's some homework we need to do. I know that Michelle just uploaded a whole lot of files that we need to finish downloading.
Okay, just one second, I'm sorry. Mr. Rodriguez, you should see that you're invited to breakout room number 1. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move you to 2. Ah, he's there now. All right, so what discovery has been downloaded?
Medical report, medical information, medical reports, medical pictures, all kinds of good stuff we need to send to our expert.
Okay. Mr. Blunt, I want to give you a jury trial date. However, this is the issue. The issue is I want your attorney to have all the discovery. They're telling me that medical has been downloaded, and they're telling me that they need to get that medical to the expert that you have in the case. So I'm not going to give you a jury trial date because I want to make sure that's done. So, Ms. Cruz, how long do you think it will take for your expert to review whatever they need to review and for you to get that information to them?
I'm hoping 30 days.
All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, can we have a 30-day reset? And what I'm going to do on this case, I'm not going to give you a plea deadline date yet because maybe your expert will say something and the state may decide to do something else. So when we come back, that's just to make sure that your expert has already reviewed everything. So on March 10th, your expert needs to already have reviewed everything, and whatever negotiations you want to do with the state, if there is any negotiations, will be happening on March 10th. Then after March 10th, if the plea offer is the same, I will give him, a short reset date for him to consider it, and that will be the plea deadline date. So March 10th, we come back, and you should be prepared to negotiate and show the state whatever you want to show them if you have something to show them.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, Blunt can go back. He's 16A, and Ms. Cruz, you are excused unless you have someone else with us.
No, Your Honor, we're good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Love your blouse today, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's a dress, but thank you.
I like the stripes.
Oh, thanks. Have a good one.
Have a great day. Yes, ma'am.
You too. Brenda, she made today a pleasant day.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Just one moment. Yes.
Here on Larry Foster, I have a personal appointment at 11:30. Do you want us to come back at 2:30 and
Yes,
he'll just remain in the courtroom, or?
Yes, if you could, please.
Okay, I'll see you at 2:30. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much. All right, anyone else ready?
Judge, can I see you in a breakout room really quick?
Yes, before we go though, let me see. Okay, yes, I'll see you in breakout room number 2.
Marcus, it's Abe. I'm ready. I'll go back to the room. Sorry, I blocked out.
All right, everyone. I'm going to try Mr. Coleman. I know if you guys don't eat lunch, they don't let you eat lunch. And so I see they're serving lunch early. So that's okay that you have lunch, Mr. Coleman. All right, Norma McDaniel can go back. And Norma, we need an attorney for Leha. And to the rest of you, your attorneys are running a little bit late. They had to appear in other courts. So if they're not here by 12, we're going to have you come back at 2:30. All right, and Ms. Ferguson on Washington, is there an update on his evaluation?
Let me check on that, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, and everyone, I'm going to take a short break. I need to take up some matters for presiding. Just give me a moment.
Marcus, you want to talk to me in a breakout room?
Abe, can you go to the breakout room?
Okay, she's still, yeah, you can kick her out of there. Okay.
All right, Mr. Goss. You are back.
Yes, Your Honor. I've talked to Teresa. She's given us some good advice, and I need to go back in with Michael Villarreal just to discuss it with him and kind of talk about the different things that she talked about and see if we can meet somewhere on a plea.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll send Ms. Coles Davila in there too, because sometimes they want to speak with you both. So I'll send you all to breakout room number 2. And Ms. Davila, thank you for coming in.
And Judge, I send you an email.
All right, let me look at the email. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I've sent you a chat and see if they can come here. All right, and Ms. Ferguson on Trayvon Washington. Then let's reset this. And what date do you want to bring it back?
I can do, I'll put it in the chat.
All right, thank you.
Marcus, can we go in the break room again?
All right, thanks, Ms. Ferguson. And we've already sent Mr. Washington back. Oh, no, Mr. Washington?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, my understanding is you're scheduled to see the doctor today. So we're gonna bring you back on March 11th. If everything is done before then, we'll bring you back sooner, okay?
Yes, ma'am. May I ask what doctor, ma'am?
Your attorney wanted a evaluation done.
I've already completed that, ma'am.
Well, do you know if they've done, did you speak to them and they do the paperwork, or do you know that?
I did speak with her. That was about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks. I don't know anything about any paperwork. I know she did it. I don't know anything.
All right, what is the person's name that you spoke to? What was the doctor's name, if you remember?
Honestly, I don't remember at the moment, ma'am.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep you for March 11th, but we're gonna check to find out where that paperwork is, and we may bring you back sooner than that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much for your patience. It's appreciated.
Oh, thank you. Have a blessed day.
All right, you too.
Am I excused, Judge?
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Christopher Garza.
Right here in the middle, just face forward.
Yep. All right, Christopher Garza. Why do you think you can wear hats on Zoom?
I do not believe that I could wear a hat on Zoom. I was not thinking properly at the time, ma'am. And I do apologize about that.
All right, so here's the question for you, and this is the decision you have to make.
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
want to have your Zoom privileges permanently revoked?
No, ma'am, I do not. I understand that it does make it easier, and it is a luxury and not something that's guaranteed to me.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, what date are we giving Mr. Garza? And that's going to be his plea deadline date. All right, we're going to come back on March 10th, Mr. Garza.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you need to be dressed appropriately for appearing in court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And here's the other thing. I used to always tell my clients, nobody's asking you to wear a tuxedo or a three-piece suit. I would tell my clients sometimes, because they say, well, I don't have this, I don't have this. Of course, I would go out and buy them clothes if they didn't have certain things. But I would tell them, if you have a good pair of jeans, put on a good pair of jeans. If you have khakis, like you're having khakis, just make sure they're clean. But t-shirts are not appropriate for court, really.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and especially cartoon t-shirts. Although, hey, First Space Jam was a good one for me too.
The second one doesn't exist, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So you're saying number 2, just don't even bother seeing it?
No, I watched it. It's a cash grab.
Okay. All right. So we're going to have you back on March 10th by Zoom. This is going to be the last time I'm going to try you on Zoom. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do. You have a wonderful day.
All right. You too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let me see.
Judge, I send you a chat.
All right. All right, then let's do that. Mr. Leha, we
Yes,
have an
ma'am.
attorney that's appointed for you, but they're not going to be able to be here today. The way the system works is that there is what's called a will. So attorneys who are on that list for your level of case, that's the person that comes next, but they're not going to be available today. So we're going to bring you back tomorrow, Mr. Leah, and it's going to be Miguel Hernandez. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you'll get a chance to meet him tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Enjoy your lunch.
You too, ma'am. Thank you.
Sure. All right, thank you. I just want to, if you'll wait 1 second, I just want to put in here a recall for tomorrow. There we go. And I'm going to give you this one too. Okay. Although, do you have All right, Mr. Goss, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So do you all need a reset?
Yes, so I've talked to Michelle, and I think Michelle talked to Michael, and we've all kind of talked together, and Teresa. And so we've made a counter offer based upon Teresa's advice. And I think that they need to check some evidentiary things and just check our counter offer with the victim. So we're all requesting a reset to do that and make a final plea decision.
All right, State, how much time do you need?
Judge, no more than 30 days.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, do we have a reset date on Leonidas Rodriguez? If we could have a 30-day reset, please. All right, we're going to come back on March 10th.
Okay, and Your Honor, can I check with Teresa just to make sure that with her calendar that she'd be available, because we would probably need her again.
Oh, no, she usually will let us know. We've had her and other immigration attorneys in. So if there's an issue, we'll accommodate those issues.
Can you give me 1 second, Judge? I have my calendar.
Sure.
I'll look real quick. Thank you. Yes, March 10th is good, Judge. Thank you.
All right, so we'll be back on March 10th. Mr. Rodriguez will be back on March 10th. Everyone appreciate your patience. And Ms. Coles-Davila, thank you for zooming in.
Thank you
so much.
All right.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Judge.
Bye.
Oh, Ms. Davila, I
Yes.
just received a message in the chat box. You'll receive your order through email.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Your Honor, are we excused? Me and my
Yes, you
client?
are. Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. And everyone, we're going to take our break at 12 today. And to the prosecutors, you should be receiving some paperwork from me. I just want to put this in here. All right, that's that. Wonderful. Yay. Thank you. Kelly Piddle.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, Mr. Piddle, the court is taking its break at 12 because I have a meeting scheduled. So we're going to come back at 2:30.
Okay, I have a contested sentencing at 2:30 in the 144th. Do you want to recall me for tomorrow, Judge? If that's okay with the court, or I can hop on afterwards, whatever you want me to do.
Just 1 second. Where is your client?
He's in the breakout room 18.
No, he's not in 18.
Let me see which one I came from. Sorry, 6.
Okay. Let me have him come in. All right, Mr. Garcia. Because Mr. Piddle, have you had a chance to confer with the state at all? Because today is his plea deadline day.
I have, Judge, and they've made an amended offer that I wanted to visit with Ms. Hayden on just real quickly. Had one more question for her, and then so yeah, yes, I understand it's plea date, but they've made a different offer.
All right, Ms. Hayden, if you're still there, could you speak with Mr. Piddle, please? And Mr. Piddle, if you'll go to breakout room number 2.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
Thank you. Anthony Cantrell.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Monique Williams.
All right, on this case, Mr. Cantrell, the court has to take its break at noon because I'm the current presiding judge because another judge is unavailable to be presiding. So
Sure.
we're going to come back at 2:30.
That's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Cox.
Good morning, Judge. I was Pastor too. I just wanted to know whether one of your family violence prosecutors were available to talk to me.
Okay. Is there a family violence prosecutor available to speak with Mr. Cox?
I volunteer.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Piddle.
Yes, I was able to speak with Ms. Hayden. I wanted to see if the court would possibly just give us a 1-week recall for my client to discuss the new offer with his family, if that was okay with the court.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we call recall Mr. Garcia in 1 week? And that's going to be, I'll extend the plea deadline for that 1 week, Mr. Piddle.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate that.
All right, I'm just waiting for a date. All right, we're going to come back on February 7th.
Okay, Judge.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you.
Mr. Garcia, you're excused. All right, so for the state, we're going to be coming back on Monique Rowley Williams. She's in custody. Brandy Lynn Barrera with Abel Garza. Brandon Day with George Ruiz. Kendrick Williams with Ed Camara. And of course, Diego Ayala with Jonathan Perez. And we're going to come back this afternoon on Larry Foster. And Hillary Allman and her attorney is supposed to be taking care of a plea in misdemeanor court. So everyone, we are going to take our lunch break.